take a vacation. What's different, though, is the approach they take in planning their vacation. As you watch, try to determine which couple will find true refreshment.
Honey, we've been so busy this year already, and with the assembly hall project coming up, we're not going to have time to go anywhere. Plus, we're so exhausted from our everyday life, we really need to get away.
Well, I'm so glad to hear you say that, because look at what I picked up today. Doesn't that look wonderful? It's an all-inclusive trip. You've always wanted to go somewhere exotic, and this is our opportunity. It's only about $8,000.
Only $8,000? Wait a minute. This is $8,000 per person. Are you crazy? We're still paying off last year's vacation.
Well, you have to wait and see everything it includes. Remember, all-inclusive. Besides flights, food, hotel, full-service meals with liquor, we can do something every day or night. There's even midnight dances every night of the week.
You know, there really are a lot of activities included. I'm sure those freshwater swimming pools are beautiful. And the spa treatments for you, yeah. We'll have things to do every day. Look, there's snorkeling, water skiing, scuba diving. We'll probably have to get certified, but it'll so be worth it. Swimming with the dolphins, beautiful waterfall hikes. Honey, that's like 2 days right there. Do you really think we can afford it?
Well, we are almost done paying off last year's vacation, and you just said it yourself, we really do need to get away.
You know, now that I think about it, my boss has been offering me a lot of overtime. And you're always talking about your work schedule being so great, your workload. Maybe you can work full-time. And our visa limit just got increased. I'm sure at that rate, we'll have this paid off in no time.
Then it's set. I'll call the agency tomorrow, make all the arrangements. I can also look up the local congregation. Maybe we can visit the friends or go out in service. Start thinking about what suits you'd like me to pack.
Why would I want you to pack a suit? It's a vacation. The whole point is to vacate. You know what? I'll tell you what, you can pack 2 suits. Your bathing suit and my bathing suit. Honey, seriously, we need to get away from everything. I mean, last Saturday, you worked out in service for an hour and a half. You didn't even take a break. We need to get away from it all. And think about it. It's not like we won't be thinking of Jehovah. We'll be contemplating him when we're swimming with the dolphins and going on the waterfall hikes. It's only for a week.
Well, I guess you have a good point. Well, now I need to go shopping for the trip. I do need some dresses for those midnight dances. And, you know, I've always wanted that spa treatment. I can't wait to get it.
I can't wait either, baby. We're finally going to get away from it all.
You know, we have been so busy these past few months. We've been busy with work, we've been busy keeping up with the house, and now, more and more lately, both of our parents are starting to need some help around their house, too.
An elder over for some advice about her future education plans. Let's watch.
Thanks for taking the time to speak with us, Brother Nichols. Our family just received some big news. We wanted to get your thoughts.
I got a scholarship to an amazing university. Isn't that great, Brother Nichols? I'm so excited.
But we haven't made any decisions yet. Although it does seem to be a good opportunity for her. It is a full scholarship.
We're just not sure if it's the right thing for her to do.
Well, first off, Mariah, I want to commend you. That is quite an accomplishment. But I'm not surprised. You have always been an excellent student, especially in the congregation. However, while it's true that many young persons have gone on to pursue some form of a higher education, and with your case, even what appears to be a free scholarship, you know, in Satan's system, there are always strings attached.
What do you mean?
Well, Brian, there is a price to pay for the pursuit of a higher education. For example, you think about college students, they're often known for excessive drinking, immorality is commonplace, and then of course all of the extra work that you'd be doing, and even I know you have a part-time job as well. And any one of those things, and certainly the combination of all of those things, could greatly affect your spirituality. And of course, as parents, we might ask ourselves, are we sure we want to put our daughter in a position where she's going to have to deal with such things? Is it worth the risk? In fact, it reminds us of a scripture that's found in 2 Timothy. In 2 Timothy 2, verse 22. And Brian, maybe you would read that for us.
It says, "So flee from the desires of
incidental to youth, but pursue righteousness, faith, love, peace, along with those who call upon the Lord out of a clean heart.
Yes, and what do you suppose it means there was to flee?
Well, I guess it would be trying to avoid taking part in the things that the other students would be doing.
You know, Mariah, that's going to be really hard for you to do. You're going to be spending so much time with them, and you're probably even going to have to be living with them.
Yes, and it's just the environment, but as mentioned, the time, and our time as Christians, as witnesses, is so important. In fact, that reminds us of a scripture that's found in Ephesians chapter 5, in verse 15 and 16. I'll read that. Here it says, "So keep strict watch that how you walk is not as unwise, but as wise persons, buying out the opportune time for yourselves, because your days are wicked." And Mariah, I've noticed in the last few years, you have made excellent spiritual progress. I know you've been commenting regularly at all the meetings. You've had a great full share in the ministry. And I know you and I have enjoyed working together at many of the kingdom projects. Do you think that you will be able to continue that type of spiritual growth and pursue, of course, now these commitments of a full-time education?
Well, I don't think any of us really gave that much thought. You're going to have to get at least a part-time job to help support yourself. And plus, being a full-time student is really not going to leave much time for anything spiritual.
Well, I know it's going to be hard to do everything, but don't I need the education to get a good job?
Right, that's a good question. Some feel that way. However, in doing some research, you might find that going to college itself is not necessarily a guarantee of getting a good job. For example, even though today's jobs do require higher skills than in the past, many experts say that the skills required for those jobs are often strong high school level skills like reading, math, and writing, not necessarily at a college level. The shiny credentials may impress a prospective employer, but really, after that is what a person can or can't do that matters.
Well, then what other options do I have?
Well, there are other options. In fact, what some have done in your position, they've actually reconsidered a full-time education, and they've benefited from what's referred to as a vocational education, where they've actually learned a skill or a trade that they've used to support themselves in the full-time ministry. Everybody has to consider the risks that are often associated with a full-time education, whether they're worth the benefits that they may or may not receive anyway. And then really all of us are encouraged to remember the attitude that we are given in Philippians chapter 1, verse 10. You remember what it says there? To make sure
of the more important things.
That's good counsel, Brother Nichols. We don't want anything to get in the way of her relationship with Jehovah, including the scholarship. I think our family needs to do some more serious and prayerful consideration before we make any decisions.
So children and their parents can be assured of Jehovah's protection as they seek to fulfill their spiritual goals and their need for secular education. In fact,